and gentlemen, and welcome to another awesome tutorial by me, Trenton, from JayitInc. Yes, I just call myself awesome. And this is the new website development series. In this series, you will learn how to make your own website using HTML, CSS, PHP, stuff like that. Probably some JavaScript down the road. Now, in the old tutorial series, we used something called XAMPP, which eventually turned out to break on me, so I had to stop doing that series for the time being. But now it's back, and this is episode 0. I hope I didn't say 1 earlier. This is the setup episode, and I'm going to show you how to set up your website so that you're not using XAMPP or WAMP or any kind of locally hosted software, which means you are going to have to set up an online service, but I'm going to show you one that is free and reliable and has good uptime. You don't have to pay a cent for it. Now, this little website is called webhost.com. I said double O webhost. Let me fix that. webhost.com. You may have heard of this website. It is free to use. I've used it before many years ago when I couldn't afford my own domain name. Now I use GoDaddy, but that's besides the point. You can use whatever you want. Hell, you can pay for paid for service like GoDaddy if you wish, but that's not very recommended, and it's probably the best idea to use Triple Web Host because you can easily just sign up. Now, I shouldn't have to show you how to sign up for an account. That is usually self-explanatory. Once you have your account, you're going to want to log in, which I guess mine's already autofilled. And yes, you do have to do one of those CAPTCHA things. It's kind of like a CAPTCHA to sign in every time, but it's not that bad. Now, you can easily just click Create New. And then you can get rid of that if you want. For some reason that was filled in. So it comes in the point where you can type in whatever you want. I can literally choose. I probably can't choose anything in the world because they might be taken already. I'm gonna hope that webtut.comz.com is already taken. It is a free subdomain that you can choose, and of course it's free, and also you can name it like I use JayitInc.herobo.com for like about an hour because it started to not suit my purposes to develop JayitInc.com. So you can just do that. You can type in whatever you want. So for example, I was doing JayitInc.com, and I could do that instead of having my full URL, and people still wouldn't be able to find my website. So this still in a way is private if you don't give out your subdomain. So it can still almost feel like it's locally hosted and not anybody else can access it, even though if somebody has the URL, they can access it. So you want to choose a password. I'm going to set a password because I'm not actually 200% sure whether, well, that just completely ruins it. Now I'm going to have to edit that out. Thanks for that. Okay. So now it's going to say that it's building, and I'll be back when it is done. Alright, it's back. That was only a few seconds. I probably didn't even need to pause the video there. But webtut.comz.com is now active. Now, what you can do is you can go to the cPanel and find your FTP details. Okay. What I recommend is that you download FileZilla, and it looks like it actually has a link to FileZilla from the FTP details page, but you can always go to google.ca or google.com or wherever you are in the world and Google in FileZilla. And basically what FileZilla is, it's an FTP FTP client or an FTP client, I guess. There's also a server available. With the FTP client, it is an FTP solution. There you go. It says there at the top. Thank you for doing that for me, FileZilla. Basically, what it does is in the program, you can access the file of your websites and edit them. So it's an easy way to edit your website, edit the core code of your website without logging into the cPanel every time and clicking on File Manager. So you can click Download FileZilla Client, Download Now from SourceForge, and then that will open up, or that will download a installer and just go through the installer process. There should be nothing too hard in there, but it will open the SourceForge installer. Just click next, decline any offers that they provide, whatever. Now that you have FileZilla, you can open that up using however you opened it up on your on your operating system, whether you have Windows 8 or Windows 7 or Windows Vista or Mac OS X or a Linux distro, it doesn't matter. Basically, what you're going to want to do now is you're going to want to click on the farthest left icon here on the icon bar, and it will show Open Site Manager. If you click on that, it will open up your Site Manager. I might have to black out some of this information in editing. I'm putting too much work on myself. So all you have to do, then again, you guys know the password. I don't know. We'll see. Just click on New Site, the New Site button right here, and name it whatever you want. I'm going to call it Web Dev Tutorials, and then that will name that. And then you're going to want to go back, if you have, hopefully you haven't closed it already, copy the FTP hostname. You can right click and copy, or you can press Control+C or Command+C. Whatever, if you're using a Mac, it's Command+C, I think. Don't quote me on that because I don't know anything about Macs. And then you want to set your logon type to normal, and then that will enable the user and password fields for you to enter. Now, whatever you set your password as is what you enter into the password field, and then you just copy the username, the FTP username field, and paste it into the into the user field, not the password field. So you can just type in your password, and then click OK. Now, instead, do not click on the actual icon, because that will just open up the Site Manager again. If you click on the arrow beside it, it will show you a drop down, and you'll see your website listed there, Web Dev Tutorials, or whatever you named it. Click on it, and it will log you on to it will connect you to the FTP server. Now, in the OOO web host, because in every web host the FTP setup is different, but in OOO web host, all the files are stored in public_HTML. And then you can see the default.php page there. So if we go to webtut.com, you can see the default.php page says webtut.comz.com has been successfully installed on the server. Please delete file default.php from public_HTML folder and upload your website using FTP or web-based file manager. And so on and so forth. And then it gives you a nice little warning at the bottom there. where it says if you're going to violate our terms of service. I gotta sneeze. Hold on. Sorry about that. I felt like I had to sneeze and I didn't after I paused the video. I hate when that happens. So, it says do not waste your time with AAA web hosts. If you're going to upload any illegal or website here, all websites are manually reviewed by humans. So, if we notice anything illegal, your account will be terminated. Don't waste your time in promoting your scams, hacking websites, or anything else malicious. Your account will be terminated 5 minutes after we will receive the first abuse report, or anything abusive will be detected by our staff. We also report all illegal activities to local and international authorities. So, yeah, don't do anything illegal. It's not going to help you at all. But anyway, that is the setup tutorial. There is nothing else you have to do beyond this point to setup, so you can join us in the next tutorial where we finally get down to the basics of coding once again in the new website tutorials. Thank you for watching. Stay classy, everyone.